Hello, Francella here. So as you can tell by the title of this video, today we are going to be making some Aztec wood quilts. I have been eyeing these wood quilts on Etsy for quite some time. I recently just redid my living room with the Aztec boho feel, and I wanted something to go on my walls that would stay in that theme. And so I went on Etsy and I looked up these wood quilts, and they are so expensive. They're like $300 up for these wood quilts, and I said, no way am I spending that much. So I thought to myself, I can do this, I can make them. It took some trial and error, but I finally got it done, and here is the finished result. So if you are interested in finding out how to make these wood quilts, please keep on watching. I'm going to give you the step-by-step. So I started off by going to Home Depot to get some project board and some 1x2s. I measured and found the center point, and I worked off of that center line. All cuts in this project will be 45 degrees. I got one of my 1x2s and made an initial cut at 45 degrees. I lined it up with my center line at the very top of my board, and then marked a line where it came out of the bottom of the board and made another 45-degree cut. I kept doing this over and over until my entire board was filled. It's also important to understand that I only glued down those first two pieces of wood. The rest of the wood I did not glue down. That will come in handy later when you're cutting your pattern and painting and staining, but I did want to glue down the first two for a good foundation. All right, all done with that one. So I took a picture of what I'd done so far, and then I printed it out, and I drew out the pattern that I wanted and colored the pattern that I wanted on that printout. I then used that printout to actually mark on my actual project how I wanted it to look. And then I used those little pieces of orange painter's tape to really map out what colors I wanted to go where, just so I wouldn't mess up. I then used the markings on the wood to go over to my miter saw and cut that pattern that I want. Again, all of the cuts were 45 degrees. And this is just showing the finished product after cutting the pattern. Now it is time for my favorite part, which is staining. I used 5 different stains that matched with my living room. A green stain called Forestland, a dark stain called Java, a honey looking stain called Puritan Pine, a terracotta colored stain that is called New Redwood, and then I just used some white paint for some accent pieces. Now that the staining is done, I can glue everything down and make it nice and secure. Now that everything is glued down, I am now staining some pieces of 1x2s left over from the project to create a frame for the piece, and just nailing it down with my finisher gun. Voila! It is done. It is heavy, but it looks really great in the room. Final cost of the project was right around $85. I saved a lot of money considering I made 2 of them. If you enjoyed this project, please like and subscribe to my channel so you can see more.